big on fighting these days, but I don't call the cops. And I'm not big on scrapping lately. When I start, I don't stop. I just need one more person to hate me. Talk that talk. One more problem might make me kill them all. I'm a heartbreaker, kicker. I'm a hot trigger, nasty words. I got 2 fingers for kissers. I'm a dirtbag, no good bastard. Look, it's no more Mr. Nice Guy, so go ahead and get mad. I'll show you how easy I turn a tough guy to a dead man. I ain't your buddy, haters are obsessed fans. If we were buddies, trust I'd crack a bud just like a red can. Bedpan full of piss and vinegar. Head scan said that I'm not crazy, but I'm similar. Let's dance, lead hands, homie, you get slept fast. Trust me, you're a midget, I'm a monster. Every slap I throw's a finisher. I just need one more person to hate me. Talk that talk. One more problem might make me kill them all. I'm a heartbreaker, kicker. I'm a hot trigger, nasty words. I got 2 fingers for kissers. I'm a dirtbag, no good bastard.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome, all you grumpy old bastard squadron flyers. They're flying along today, and the people watching who might be grumpy or polite or friendly, I don't care. Let's see what we got here this morning. So far, we got Icarus and Armageddon in here with us. We got Gabby Wombats here, Mr. Brett Pays, Mr. Zenon, Zolik. One of these days I'm going to get your name right all the way through. Probably not, but that's what it is. Oh my God, it's hot in here today. It hits 75 Fahrenheit out there today, and I've already taken my air conditioner out, so it's just freaking hot. It's nasty when you've been used to 20 degrees already this year. All right, a couple little housekeeping things I want to get out of the way real quick. I want to thank Mr. Brett Plays while he's here for just moving his Halloween night trucking stream a little bit so that we can go ahead and do a Halloween night flight on Halloween night. We're going to do a flight in Romania that you can download Dracula's Castle from flightsim.to. If you look in the Discord, there's a link for it. I want to thank him for that. So that way there's not a lot of competition. I looked and that slot seemed pretty free, fuzzy, mostly free. Also, on Thursday night, we're going to be doing the Orbix Halloween. I changed up from the helicopter flight. We'll do that next week. Because the Orbix Halloween 2022 is out. You can download it, and they have a competition going in their Discord where you take a screenshot of all the different places and upload them. And I figured, why not go as a group and get as many screenshots as we can, all uploaded, and enter their competition that way as a group. So that'll be this Thursday. We passed 120,000 views, even with the dog videos. That blows me away, because only a couple of those are only in the 10,000 range. So it just absolutely blows me away that we've done that. 1.9 thousand watch hours, and we're past 275 subscriptions, and that's got to be mostly for the planes, because the last 2 dog videos totally tanked. Which dog videos are like that. They'll either be absolutely insanely good or shit, and that's just the way it goes. Just figured I'd get those out of the way today. It was kind of neat looking at my stats and saw that. It was like, holy shit, 120,000 people watched something that I did. That's scary. But holy crap. On that note, Mr. Icarus is here tonight. I'm glad he's back with us. It's not right flying without you, buddy. Glad you're here. Hope you're feeling better. Gonna get a little background music going. We'll get jumping right up in the air. We only have like 5 more flights. I can't believe this is the 20th flight of the TBMs. It's absolutely bonkers. Blows my mind. I am using my panel tonight for the first time. I actually haven't used it yet. I got it all hooked up, played with it a bit today. but this is the first real flight I've been using it. You PPD, they give you that medicine that gives you the orange pee, yeah. How do I follow that? All right, let's just get in the air. Minimal safe altitude tonight is 22,000 feet. Like I say, it's nice having my autopilot panel on now. It's handy. My light panel, my gear, my flaps, everything on the panel is. We'll see how we do. I'll probably crash into the sea, but we'll try it. All right, let's get rolling, shall we? Like I said, this is the 20th flight. There's only like 5 left. We got a hell of a crosswind here on takeoff. Like really big, 12 knots. And it's just seriously ripping this plane around. As we get in the air. Oh, you can tell as soon as you got in the air. Holy crap. This is rough. See, my gear actually comes up with the thing. The flaps up. Kind of excited using this panel. That's working. Let's turn the autopilot on. Nav mode. And vertical speed mode. See if it's actually going to work. What do we got a dinging going on? Oh, the engine's too fast. Yep. Other than that, we do have the altitude warning thing. I don't know how to fix that. It's a bug with the aircraft. I did find the panel for the yeah, I know what I want to call it. Nope, not parking brake. Yeah, I know. The panel for the pressurization. It's a bug when you land above 10,000 feet. Tends to freak this thing out. And I've tried everything to reset it. I've tried max diff. Tried turning it off and back on. And it just doesn't want to repressurize the cabin if you start at an altitude above 10,000 feet. So, it is what it is. I just turned off the beeper so it won't ding at us the whole flight. I do like having my panel for my autopilot. It's real easy to set. My lights, don't need taxis anymore, don't need landings, don't need the panel. Handy having everything on buttons, which are labeled. Get a new TBM? Yeah, that ain't happening. Speaking of TBMs and new or whatnot, like I said, we have like 5, maybe 6 flights left, tops. The next series is going to be, the next Tuesday night series is going to be U.S. national parks. There's a ton of them, and they go everywhere from the Virgin Islands to Tonga in the Pacific. So, here's the question I'm going to put out to you guys. Do we keep the TBM and keep going, TBM Tuesdays, and do that, use that plane for the flight, or do we switch it up and go with a whole new aircraft for Tuesdays? Any thoughts? I have to come up with a new catchy name for whatever the new thing is for Tuesdays. No, I'm not flying a helicopter the whole way for all the national parks. That ain't happening. As a matter of fact, I already canceled the Paris one for next week because I've already been to Paris, but it will be a helicopter flight next week. It will be the H-135 next Thursday. The turbulence up here is terrible. Oh, by the way, I didn't realize this when we landed last week. We are now in Argentina, by the way. Just thought I'd put that out there. We just barely crossed the border. The airport was just across the border into Argentina. And everybody disappeared. Where the hell did they go? Ah, there they are. Hey, we got Steve Rings with us now. Icarus. And Gammy's flying too. Gammy Wombat. Gammy Wombat. Come watch me butcher names tonight. Get to the chopper. Nah, it's just I need a little bit more ground speed than the H-135 has available. Because like I say, we got to cross some big island hopping to do from getting from the mainland, or getting from Virgin Islands to the mainland, and then getting from Alaska to Hawaii and then Tonga. So I haven't quite figured it out. I don't think I want the... I mean, the helicopter would be great for doing the actual parks themselves, because then you could come down low and check everything out. It does have autopilot. I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it, what kind of ground speed does it have? Maybe we can do the big open water sections in the TBM, and then when we got the national parks, we'll fly the helicopter when we're around the parks themselves. Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe, like I said, maybe planes to travel between the parks and then do the park flights with helicopters. Hello and welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, like I said, I don't know if you caught it, but we're 22,000 feet is the 22,000 feet is the minimum safe altitude. Hopefully my stick will be in by then. It's back ordered. They said sometime next month. So, whatever. Should be in before we fly. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Do a helicopter flight around the parks, and then for the longer distances between it, jump in a plane. Like land in an airport, load up a plane, and fly to the next leg. And the 135 is free and works really, really well. Need Rudin here to tell us all the ins and outs of the 135. That might not be a bad idea. Might be 2 flight plans per. Take off from the airport, tour the park, land at an airport, jump in a plane, go out, start heading off to the next one. I like it. Now I just got to figure out what the hell plane to fly between the two. Do we want something fast that'll get there quick, or do we want something chill, take our time? A lot of times we're going to be able to hit 2 or 3 national parks in one day. No kidding, huh? That's funky. It's got a link in it. Flights tend to be 2 hours. Hour and a half, 2 hours. Sometimes a little longer. I've started pushing these a little longer. Hello, William Kelly. How are you today? Welcome, welcome. So I have started pushing these these longer and longer, because everybody seemed to like it a little bit longer. Worked a little better. I'm Grim. I'm Galvin. I'm either or. Like sometimes we can helicopter between parks, because they're fairly close together. Yes, actually the Diamond are fun. Yeah, I want to stick to aircraft we don't have to buy. And that's the Diamond are in the sim. They're good, solid aircraft. And if it's a longer distance, we could always take the Diamond twin engine. So, yeah, I guess it's options. And then if we get the real long flights over water, we'll just take the longitude. Like to go from the Virgin Islands to Florida, we'll just take the longitude. Screw it. 'Cause I'm not flying over water for days. It's not a bad idea. We can use the Diamonds. Longitude range is like really long. I've flown it from oh dear Lord. Yeah, the sim does have a great selection of. Come on, show me your range. Maximum range is 2,700 nautical miles. It's got a hellacious range on it. It is rough up here tonight. Cross Pacific all the way. I just read, where the hell did I read? Somebody's got the 550 coming out. Got a G550 coming out, and for the life of me, I just read it today, and I wasn't paying a hell of a lot of attention to it, but I do know somebody is coming out with it. The hell's Icarus? Down the dirt somewhere? Yeah, if the 550 comes out, I'm snagging it for sure. Oh no, there he is. Yep, down in the dirt. The longitude is silly easy to set up and fly. Right now we're in Argentina, and I think we're going to land in Argentina as well. I'll tell you in a second here. Check my charts. Do we land in Argentina, or we're right on the border with Chile most of the way? No, we're actually going to be landing in Chile. And I picked at a winner of a freaking airport. You're going to love me for this one. Tonight. Because it is a little tiny. It's long enough to take off from. It's long enough to land at, but it's right down the bottom of the valley. It could, except for the mountains are 22,000 feet high as our minimum safe altitude. There's nothing that tall around the southern U.S. There's some tall mountains, but not on this scale. But it does look a lot like Nevada, Arizona. Or Mongolia. Mountainous desert region of the world. Pick one. I'm finally on the uphill side of this cold. There's a little bit of rasp left in the chest, but everything's really good finally. I can breathe, which is nice. Does look a lot like Arizona, Nevada area. Like northern Nevada, up where the mountains are. I know what's wrong. I know I'm getting tossed around like a fool. No, I'm on live weather. I'm not on live time because it's the middle of the night already. they're not great, and a couple of people have actually done a circuit of Africa recently, like very recently. So I'm not going to do that. That's, yeah. Mr. Brett Plays just did it, and is still either just finished it or still finishing it up. So he's done it. We're good on that one. But the national parks is going to be the next Tuesday, so I've decided that for a hard fact that's what I'm going to do next. It's just I've been struggling with what aircraft to do it with, and maybe we'll just pick the Diamond aircraft for the flights in between, and the H-135 for actually going around the parks. And then when we have the long stretches, we'll jump in a longitude and just get there. Man, it is rough. What the hell do we have going on for winds up here? 29 to 31, jumping back and forth. 30 plus, 29 to 30 plus. Why the hell's my prop acting like a fool? Oh, it's not. Here, I thought my prop was out of whack. It's my stupid blinky cabin pressure. Right now, I'd be dead because I can't get my cabin pressure to frickin' where it wants to belong. Look at the frickin' turbulence. Holy Christ. I'm glad I'm not in this plane right now. This is some serious turbulence, I'll tell you. A little ding-ding sign for the fasten seatbelts would be on for sure right now. Everybody chilling back there. It is rougher than hell up here, man. I'm about ready to take it to 20. I doubt it will make much difference, but this thing can go to 31,000. I could take it up to 30. See if it goes any better. It is brutal. And it's right on the side of the airplane. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. See if the 8,000 clears it up at all. Oh, I like this. Push a couple of buttons on my dash and the plane does everything. Oh, this is getting lazy. Having the panel, having the autopilot panel. Oh, that is absolutely worth it. If 30 doesn't work, we'll just have to go down in the dirt. Dear Lord. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Yeah, I didn't realize, this, like I said, this is the first real flight with it, and oh my God. I'm loving it. Would have had it sooner, but my powered USB port didn't come in till today. I'm like, I should wait till after the stream to... No, I'm not. We're going to play with it now. Give me a half second and I'll tell you. Nope. No, I want my orders. Where did my order? Oh, stupid Amazon. I don't want to buy a mousetrap again. The autopilot panel was... Oh, wow, they're sold out. at the Logitech store, but that was like 135, 140, and the switch panel said it was white, and it's not white, which is fine because I didn't want white. Is 99 bucks. Windows 11. Yeah, I see that. I get tossed around. But we can't go below 22,000 unless we keep an eye on the mountains. It was, I think, $217 as a package because I got the deal. I got a discount buying them both. Yeah, right. I gotta come up with a cool name for myself, so people think it's cool. At least it's 35 steady here. It's not gusting, so it's a little better. I don't know. It's still a strong wind, but it's not gusty. Cross. It's her left rear quarter. It's coming right out. It's almost, or the right side, coming right on the right side of the aircraft, almost directly in the side. Slightly to the head wind, so yeah, we're only doing like, well, because we're climbing right now, we're only doing like 287 across the ground. 287, 288, because I'm climbing. Once I level, it'll pick back up to 3 something. But I won't hit the full 330 of this thing. Yes, I have to have north up. It drives me nuts when it's not. I mean, my whole life, north is up. I grew up in the woods, you know, and everything. When I walk in the woods with my map, my compass, north is up. That's how you survive. That's how I was brought up. North is up, and always know where north is. You can always find your way home. You have to still have to unplug and replug your Velocity 1. It's driving me crazy. Even bought a powered USB hub. No kidding. That sucks, because that's a fairly fairly good yoke from what I've heard. I don't know. I just bought the cheap ass Logitech. The thing's a tank. I love it. I got it as a package deal. I got the rudder pedals, the yoke, and the throttle quadrant as one package. Then went and bought another throttle quadrant, and then just bought the 2 panels. This game is costing me a fortune. But it's still cheaper than the stupid train sim controller they want. And everybody says it feels light and weak, and it's 215, 216 bucks. Real like north is up, and my games, my heading is up. Now, I can't have heading up. That drives me bonkers. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, our wind's doing. Well, it's lower up here. No, it's not. It's 44, 45. Shit. I know it. It's killing me. The sim controller, isn't that just a stick and a lever? It's a whole bunch of sticks and levers and buttons for the train sim one. Which really pisses me off. They won't let you use custom controllers because, like, I have 3 sliders. I have 6 sliders for the my throttle quadrant. I have 6 sliders, so if it would just let me use those for the train, it'd be perfect. Set one for the brake, one for the dynamic brake, one for the train brake, one for throttle, one for reverser, or switch for reverser. But it will not. That's the only thing that pisses me off about the Train Sim World 3. It will not let me put in custom controls. Won't let me assign the buttons I already have. You wouldn't recommend the Velocity one. Alright, well, I'll recommend the Logitech one. It's cheaper than dirt. Well, it's not cheaper than dirt, but it's a lot cheaper than some of the ones out there. And it's been a tank. And there's 600 hours flying with the damn thing. You know, and all I do is make sure I keep the thing clean and put a little, just rubbed a little graphite on it and worked it in. Yeah, that does piss me off on that. That's one thing that really irks me on that. Because it is such a... And I'm sure they get a kickback on the controller probably. Because they always bundle the sim with the controller. So the two companies are in cahoots. It's a sticky yoke, and the last update didn't work. Construction sim, yeah. It'll definitely waste a lot of time. So will that Planet Crafter. Holy shit. And I still have trouble believing Planet Crafter's only 2 people working on that whole team. I mean, granted, it's mostly a ripoff of... Subnautica. Even a lot of it looks like Subnautica. But it is a fun-ass game. And to watch the world progressively get more and more terraformed works really well. They have. They've done very well. I found very few bugs. There's a bug with the controller, because I play it entirely with controller. I'm having a controller bug where every time I turn it on and start the sim, I have to reassign the right stick. But other than that... Ew. That's horrible. Something that has dedicated keys and they want to change them. I can change the keys. I can't on Train Sim, but I can't change to a dedicated controller. It's like stupid. All these would work great for the train. Not the switch panel and shit, but the throttle quadrants would work great for the train. Matter of fact, they probably work really good for the construction sim, sort of. Now they wouldn't. 2 joysticks work great for this construction sim because there's virtually every single cat there is works off of 2 joysticks. Your garage workshop. Gonna slew. That's right. We don't come out against slews here. We don't judge slews. I don't know if that's a cloud or snow. Live weather, so it might be snow. Oh yes, we're crossing the Tropic of Capricorn today too, and I don't remember where on the flight it is. I forgot to write it down. But we got to get pretty used to high winds because it's pretty much from here on down, the winds are constantly hard, high winds. The live weather today is gorgeous, other than the wind. There's no clouds. Looks like Steve just came out of some sort of canyon over there. Roads, real roads. San Antonio de los Cabras? Cabras? That's the town that's over there. Not telling me what this one is. Let's see if I can get it to tell me what this one is. There's something else I can't pronounce. Something Grande. I got that part right. Olacapato. Olacapto Grande. That's what's down there. Big something. Anybody speak Spanish? Know what this thing is talking about? But these roads are fun. Flat out, no speed limit, dirt roads. Go on for miles. Icarus, man, the TBM's only good for 31,000 feet. Hell, what Grande? It wasn't even L, it's Olacapato. Olacapato? Big potato? I don't know. Somebody's going to yell at me for saying that. A garbage truck hit your car? How could that even remotely make you happy? I think I'd be like killing someone. Unless I needed a, using an OT mat, unless I needed a new paint job, then I wouldn't be so pissed. Well, I'm sorry to hear you about your car. I'm glad you're along for a change. You're using an O2 mask. Holy crap. He not only hit it, but he kept going. That's madness. Oh, another piece of news that we had no clue until I looked up today. My boss and I, neither one of us had any idea because I didn't make the last race and I didn't make another race because I was sick and it just, what a nightmare. But turns out that somehow we secured second place in the championships. So we didn't win. We had no intentions of fighting for the championship this year. We knew we were probably not going to win, but we actually managed to get into second place in the GT2, finishing second place. He wasn't in the car when he hit it. The car was empty. And now he's literally messaged me this morning that he's getting ready to pull the motor and go to 12-to-1 compression in the engine and boost the RPMs up to 7,500 RPMs. That thing's going to scream. No, what car did you have? Not do you have. Did you have? Oh man, that sucks though. He decides to hit it and then drive it back even farther. Unbelievable. Now, when you're not in the car and it's not moving and you got video of them backing into it, there's no question about fault at that point. My God, it's hot in here. This computer's just cranking the heat out. And I took the air conditioner out already. Ugh. And I have the door closed because I won't let the dogs out by themselves right now because I saw a skunk this evening. So it's just a Kia hatch work beater. That's not bad then. Not like it took out a nice classic or a modern sports car or something. Yeah, we're back up to 330 TAS now. That's even with the throttle pulled back a little bit. Oh, ouch. You had to eat a massive car insurance because someone had too many claims. Yeah, make sure you tell your insurance that situation is changing. That'll help. Work is 5 minutes away, so only use it for when the weather's bad. That's cool. I still have to make arrangements to go get mine. It's still not done, though. It's almost done. I gotta go jump on a train and go pick it up. Finally sold the Jeep. Finally sold. That's gone. Luckily, it was sold to a guy who's got his own shop, so he can fix it up. Electric bike. I use one of those in the pits, by the way. Electric bike. They're freaking handy as hell. Next cars in future will be little stealth camper vans. Just being a nomad. I hear you. I want to take a trailer and make a stealth camper and put in and out of it. In a cargo trailer. But the cargo trailer I have is shot. It's on its last leg like the Jeep. It's just been around since my dad was young. It's done. I gotta get one light enough my new car can pull. I've got one the Miata pulls, which is light, but once the new car gets here, the Miata's going to Miata's going to be registered as a historic vehicle. Cost me a whopping $100 a year to insure it. At that point, so because 90% of the time it's limited where you can drive it. Drive it to and from car shows, to and from garages and gas stations and parades, things like that. Yeah, I seriously thought about tearing this place down and putting shipping containers here for a home, making it out of two of them. But I couldn't tear this all the way down, so that became a non-issue. They tell you if you're going to get a shipping container, you get a food grade one, because the food grade ones are insulated. And occasionally you can even get one with the diesel reefer unit still on it. So that will freeze you right out of the whole place. But it's diesel driven reefer unit right on it. But you want the food grade containers because the other ones you don't know what chemicals and crap are inside it, so you could get one that's been laced with chemicals that kills you. It's been hauling those back and forth across the world for years and you don't know what's been in it, but a food grade you're guaranteed it was nothing but food inside it. Yeah, I did the full research on how to build a home with the container homes. There's Starbucks made, and you can get them relatively cheap most places because they go out of certification. They can't use them anymore. Like the Port of Tampa, they'll give them to you. They will literally give them to you. You just need somebody with a tractor trailer to show up and haul them out. I see where some guy built an entire castle out of them. He stood them, the ones on the corners upright. Starbucks. No, why the hell not? They're rock solid. They're going to be pretty much hurricane proof. May flip over. But if you put two of them together and weld them bastards, you're not tipping it over. The only thing I worry about is I'd want some sort of sprinkler system in it. That's for the sheer fact of those things are like a giant oven. You get a fire going in it and you're going to cook. You know, do you think those little trailers go up in smoke? Those little metal trailers? Those friggin' container homes, you're going to die if you don't get out quick. I'd want some sort of sprinkler system in it. Actually looking forward to getting off the grid. We're awaiting another set of batteries, but a huge backlog. Would be now, but the amount of power three kids and me, YouTube and use is insane. Yeah, I can't. You know what really sucks? I would have a water generator in a half a second. Even an old water wheel or a modern water powered system, because I own 770 feet of riverfront. And I legally owned to the middle of the river. But here this state, oh, let's go green, let's go green, let's go green. Oh, great, I'll put in a water wheel. No, you can't touch the river. I said, but I'll put in one that doesn't affect the flow of the river at all. It doesn't use that. Oh, no, can't touch the river. Can't touch the river. Like, seriously? I could hydropower this entire house and enough leftover power for my neighbors. But they won't let me. Even an old school water wheel could turn a generator. And I live alone. You know, I wouldn't use crap. I could generate enough power with a wheel, old style wheel, to power most of my house. Because I already have all gas appliances with the exception of the air conditioner. And I could use free air conditioning if I could use the water out of the river, because it never gets hot. I could just run it through a condenser, and that is one of the handcrafted airports down there. Isn't it? Looks like it. No, just a green patch. A true oasis. Little lake, and yeah, I really want to use the water from the river to cool my house too. But again, I can't use the water from the river. So one guy made a suggestion that I just dig a hole 5 feet from the river and call it a well. Then it wouldn't be using the water from the river. Because in the summertime, the water's never above 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 65. Dear Lord, I hope unplugging that worked. I just had a cough that I couldn't stop. Let me double check. Sorry about that. Trying to catch my breath. Woo. Check, check. All right, still working. Whew. Where is everybody? We got Armageddon over there. We got Steve Riggs up over there. Yeah, Chris and Cammy hanging out back there. This is a pretty landscape. That's one of the reasons that eventually I'm moving out of New York State, moving to a much more friendly state that'll let me buy a piece of property with a brook on it that'll let me use it to cool my house and generate power with. It seems silly. I mean, when the river here out in front of the house is at its slowest, it's something like 750 gallons per second is the flow rate. With a dam-free system, I could generate more than enough power for a house. But technically, I can't do anything from the high water mark of the river down. Not the flood stage, but the high water mark. Look at that, it looks like stitches. It does look like this giant mountain's got stitches. That's pretty cool. There's the mountains. That's 22,000 feet we had to be over. Cold, dry desert. I can't make up my mind if that's snow, a cloud, or salt. Goes up too high to be salt. Build a wind turbine for... You know, I saw a really neat wind turbine design the other day. That literally was like the egg beater style, the vertical style. That used cut PVC for the scoops and mounted directly onto a car alternator. Generates 12 volts. All you need is wind to spin it. Car alternators already have voltage regulators in them. Not a bad idea. But it was real simple. It was just using cut PVC. They said you could improve it by you could improve it by putting a pulley system on it from large to small, so it spins it even faster. But, hey, people are crafty. They're handy, but I saw that one. I thought it was a pretty neat idea. Actually, Walmart sells one that's made for camping, which you literally drive onto the plate so it holds it flat under your tire. That's what holds the mast up, and it's got a crank up mast and a windmill on it for campers and our rig. Off grid, you just roll up on it. For my camper, I have a 45 watt solar panel on my camper, but everything I have is 12 volt, so it doesn't Yeah, I don't need any more than 45 watt. .45 watt, 3 wheelchair batteries. Wheelchair batteries are the way to go. Because unlike lead acid, you can charge the wheelchair batteries indoors without gassing yourself or causing a hydrogen gas explosion like lead acid does. Pound for pound and the dollars spent, though, wheelchair batteries hold more power than a lot of battery packs. And they're relatively inexpensive. Welcome back, Brett. I have a little solar panel as well. Works surprisingly well, but not so much in the winter in the UK because of the angle of the sun. Dude, I live in a valley, and I live where it snows a lot. Making a video. I don't envy you there. I've only made a few, and I don't enjoy it. Oh, a new one's out? That's awesome. Or did he get you a preview copy of it? Nice. Very nice. That's cool. Very cool. I don't enjoy it. I really don't. But as far as where I live, I literally had the Tesla people come out, because one thing about living in New York State is they love their freebie giveaways and let your neighbors pay for your stuff. So I said, well, I'll check the Tesla and have them come out. And the dude took one look at where I lived, and because I'm in a river valley, in the middle of summer I get like 3 hours of direct sunlight a day. That's it. Oh, yuck. Still troubleshooting Sim Update 10 issues. So I get like 3 hours of direct sunlight a day. The guy put up his meter, left it, come back 2 days later and sat down. He goes, well, I never thought I'd say this, but you'd lose your shirt on solar. He did the math. He said, at the end of 20 years, if you didn't have any breakdowns or problems whatsoever, he said you'd still be $1,300 in the hole. Because I just, and then you take winter time, I don't get direct sunlight for one thing because of the angle, because how far north I am. But then you add the fact I'm in a valley. The sun may hit my house maybe an hour a day in the wintertime. Now if I was out in the middle of the river, might be a little better, but I got trees and mountains, and so solar's not an option. Besides that, last thing I want to do is go out and sweep off solar panels in the middle of a snowstorm. The idea of going out in the middle of the snow to clear off your panels just doesn't sound fun at all. That's like one of the reasons so many people, oh, I got the dish, and then the next year they're saying, I got rid of the dish. Why? Because they're going to go out and beat the snow off it. At least the new Starlink's got a heater in it to melt the snow off of it. It's one of the only ones that has a heated antenna so it can melt the snow. Yeah, that's what I mean. The Starlink dish has got a self heater in it. Well, it's really, to be honest, you only have to heat it to 35 degrees Fahrenheit, or 1 degree, 2 degrees, 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, because that's all you need. Yeah, that's what people have said. That's a thing. The cats like to sleep on it because it's nice and warm. especially in snowy parts of the world. But at least they were smart enough to add that, because Dish Network, or if you buy the HughesNet dish for their internet, that LMB freezes up and you get nothing. You get snow all over the dish, you get nothing. Oh look, they drew a giant square. Nope, what the hell's that? Don't know. Somebody liked squares. Doesn't show on my map. Probably, figuring there's mountains and all these lines out like this, there's probably some sort of ore processing place. I had a solar panel water tank once overseas. Really worked because we were, I'm assuming, top floor, ground floor, and your tank would be empty before you got your hot water. It did get really hot. I'll tell you, for hot water, nothing beats the thing Brett put me onto, was that Jewel Co. You hook it to a propane tank, you hook it to your water source, instant hot water. God, that thing is great. I love it. It's a propane fired instant hot water. And it is the bomb. It works just off the pressure switch. Turns it on, off, and handy as shit. Xenon, they have a couple of those out in California, these giant tanks that sit up on a tower, and all these sun trackers all the way around it. Big circles and mirrors. But then they use that hot water. Well, it's not a hot water. It's not water in those tanks, but it's a chemical that can produce more heat than water can handle. But they use that to generate steam, to generate power. But that Jewel Co is friggin' incredible. I love it. Thinking about getting a second one to throw in my camper, just to have it. Well, it makes a lot more sense than what we've been doing in the States forever. Let's put water in a tank indoors, which is fine, but heat it. Let's heat it for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We're heating the water. When we only use it here or there, time to, once a day to take a shower, once a day to wash dishes. On demand. Yeah. On demand is the only way to go. I'm changing mine over here from the tank to on demand as soon as I finish the refinancing on the house. It just makes no sense to heat hot water when you're not using it. And that little tiny one works so well. Use like no propane at all to speak of. Use very little. What do we got? No, the wind's up to 74 knots. Holy crap. That's madness. They use tanks, or do they use the on-demand Xenon? This area all looks like it's been mined. It might just be the bad stuff. I think there's no satellite photo right there. Giant plus sign. Might still be a military installation that's fuzzed out. There's some of that. Our natural gas here is super cheap. 3 to 4 times more expensive. Used to be cheap in New York. But I have a water tank on the 4th floor. Okay. 4 floors. Damn. I have 1 floor now. Used to have 2. But I figured if I was going to build again, when I built this place, I was going to make... I didn't put the 2nd floor back on it because, like, I'm already getting old and I don't want to have to be going up and down stairs. So I did the whole layout with just 1 floor. Planning ahead. Armageddon must have clear skies on or something like that. That's why he's way over there. The wind's not blowing him halfway across the country. Still doing 320 across the ground, which isn't bad, but holy crap. 74 knot wind. 77. Jesus. One main floor, 1 basement. Never wanted to deal with 2nd floor home again. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't even have a basement, but I live a little too close to the river to be down there digging a basement. Okay, electric water heater on my 3rd floor to service the 2nd floor, gas for the 1st floor. So you got all the bases covered. I want all gas appliances here except for the water heater because it was already here. I'm changing that over to gas because look, where I live, there's no guarantee the power is going to be on tomorrow. I'm planning on an elevator. Good old cable winch and some garage door track. So a friend of mine built theirs. Bought a winch from Harbor Freight. Uses a braking system. In case the winch was ever to break, it uses a braking system which is from a... what do I call it? It's like a fall cable. You can get it from mountaineering places, where safety places where you work around heights, so you can go up and down, but if you fall real quick, it locks. He put that on it, and then for keep it straight going up and down, he just used garage door track. His garage door track keeps it into place so it can't wiggle. Because man, commercial elevators are stupidly expensive. Expensive? Can't talk. Oh! Icarus got close. Scared the hell out of me. Looked back there and there was a plane. Why should that surprise me? We're only in flight sim. Why the hell should a plane being here bother me? Because that's the way my brain works today. You could have a commercial elevator or build yourself or design yourself one or get everybody in one shot. Oh, we're about to go into Chile and back into Argentina, and then back into Chile. I used to date a girl who worked at an elevator company. So, did she know how to go down? Oh shit, I just said that. Oh boy. Sorry, kids. That just went sideways really fast. Oh shit. I didn't, yeah, I did that. Yep, I just, that, so much for, I'm getting that whole monetization thing out of the way. Not going to have to worry about it when I finally hit the point I can. Damn, you're close. And you must not have the weather on because you're not cocked off sideways and we're both going the same direction. And I'm cocked off sideways from the wind. That looks funky. Look, that does look funny. Like, I'm cocked off one direction and we're both flying the same direction. When I'm getting hit with 70-something mile an hour. Oh, yeah, it's true. None of the kids today would even had a clue. They don't even know what gender they are. I lost everybody. Oh, there you are. Oh, I turned the name tags back on. Yeah, then they show back up again. Ah, it's funny because you were flying dead straight and I'm cocked off to the side because I'm getting blown across with 85 knot wind now. It happens. I've been a little more natural when I stream now. If you, yeah, it's because I dropped a big old F-bomb in the middle of your stream. Yeah. Yeah, this is, you can dress me up, but you can't take me out. I think my kids only know some things are bad because their mom yells at me for saying them. Oop. Satellites. 4 different satellite passes. Wonder what it would take to get a hold of one of the new satellite companies that passes over every freaking day. Wonder how much it would cost to have them map the entire Earth and put it in a database. What the hell's our ETA anyways? About 35 minutes. I'm going to pause real quick. Just going to go grab another cup of coffee so I don't start coughing my full head off. I will be right back. Alrighty. So that's because I set my thing down. Clank, clank, clank. My headset. I'm back. That's because I decided to 1,000 milligrams of caffeine in 12 hours to save, right? Or am I going to have a religious experience? Oh yeah, you're going to see something. How's it ready for a boxing match? Getting every crash, bang, smash. Yeah, I decided to go with tea just because of that. I went with one of my herb teas. Passion fruit. Funny story about one of the guys I work with quite often. He's fairly well off. He's a city boy from Southie in Boston. And I'm a country kid. I grew up in the sticks. He grew up in the city. It's kind of like the city mouse and the country mouse when we get together. We have a lot of fun. One of my closest friends, but we couldn't be any more polar opposite if we could. If there was a way to be farther apart, I don't know what it is, but we were down at his house in Florida. He was getting ready to sell it, and we were bringing a bunch of race cars back to Massachusetts. And I look, and there's this vine hanging down off his tree. It's got these really cool looking red berries on it that are probably the size of a golf ball, with this funky yellow veiny vines around the outside. I was like, what the hell is that? He says, I don't know, I've never seen it. You're going to the hospital for your drugs? Cool. Driving but watching? Oh, Jesus. How about driving but still listening? Like I was saying, there was these really cool fruits, and I looked them up online, and they're a passion fruit. They're a wild passion fruit. You know, or dragon fruit? I don't know. It was a wild fruit, and where you eat the seeds inside, which are all in a jelly. I'm picking them, and I peeled open the first one I ate. Oh my God, it was so good. They were so sweet. They were perfectly ripe. And I looked at my buddy Jimmy and said, hey, you want some? He's like, oh, hell no. I'm not eating something you just picked off a tree. The city boy. And I said, come on, try it. It's freaking incredible. They're really good. He says, I'm going to wait for 30 minutes. If you're still alive, then I'll take a bite. The typical, I'm from the sticks. Hey, if it's edible, I'm trying it. He's from the city. If it didn't come from a grocery store shelf, he doesn't want it. Which is funny because now he lives in Portugal where everything is fresh. So it's just a riot that he wouldn't try it. I finally got him to try it, but then he wouldn't eat a second one. Just putting it out there, you can get prescription for pharma grade methamphetamine in some circumstances. No, I'm good. I've been sober for 25 years. The last thing I want to do is start down the same road but with pharma. I don't even take most of the meds I'm supposed to take. They have like I'm the poster child for autoimmune disorders. I have like 6 of them. So this is what it is. Oh, we went through Chile and we're back to Argentina, and we'll be back in Chile and then back in Argentina and back Chile. Yeah, the border between Argentina and Chile is right below us. It's not that nice gray straight line that's right there, but it follows that somewhat. It's more squiggly than that. Just checking where we're at here on my... I always forget the name of this. If you ever want a really good app, and I've mentioned it before, is the Microsoft, the MSFS 2020 mobile companion app. It turns anything with anything with a web browser. Hey, there goes somebody. Close. You're close. Anything with a web browser into an MFD. You can also put on your maps and charts. And it'll track your... Oh, it's Armageddon. It'll track your aircraft. It'll show your waypoints. or you can control your nav, you can control your comms, you can control your autopilot. You set it up for a panel. There's all kinds of shit you can do with it. It's free. It works really well. Like I said, it sets up a small network on your house as a web page. So anything you have with a web browser, your phone, your old tablet, new tablet. I use the hell is this thing? Laptop, but it's a Chromebook. Works great. I don't get any kickback from them for saying that. It's a free app anyways, but it works really, really well. So if you have an old tablet kicking around and want to use it as an MFD, this is the way to do it, because you only need a web browser. So it can be any brand as long as it's got a web browser on it. I'm serious, it's an ADHD medication. See why I don't want to get a script that. Get all junkied up. No thanks. Give you meth. Makes a lot of sense. What are we looking at? Yes, you can use it on anything. Anything that's got a web browser. Literally, if it has a web browser, it can access it. Because you just point it to the web address. On your computer running the Microsoft Flight Sim, you just run this little app that makes a little web browser. So anything on your local network, it's got to be on your home network. Anything log into that network can access it as a web page. No, it makes sense. But it works on Mac. It works on... What the hell's the other one? It works PC, Mac, Android. The hell's the one that's all the geeks like to use? I shouldn't have said it that way, but what the hell am I thinking of? Linux. It'll work on Linux. Quite literally anything with a web browser. That's it. See, I say it, you type it. Linux. So yeah, anything. And you can have 2 or 3 different things plugged into it too. You can have one set up with all your controls, another one set up with your map. However you want to do it. Like I said, it's the mobile companion app. Back outside the plane. Actually, I gotta get back inside. I haven't played on a Unix server in forever. The last one I used was Sun Solaris. And that was as close to... I've never actually used Linux. I've used Sun Solaris. Which was really funny because Sun Solaris used to be stupidly expensive for corporate use. But then Linux hit the market and it was free. So they made Sun Solaris free to try to compete. 22 minutes out, but we only have to drop 20,000 feet. I'll give it a little while. I may go down to 22. I'm going to go back down to the 22,000 feet. And at least start down a little bit. Maybe get out of some of the stronger wind. Well, it's down to 66 now. I'm going to drop at a 1,000 feet a minute. 1,200 feet a minute. There we go. Oh, that is so nice having that on buttons that you can press right here without having to fiddle with all the shit on the screen. Could actually do it from out here if I wanted to. But I'm still making sure it works, so I'm watching the screen inside. Tonight, you're all going to be mad when you see the landing strip, but it is what it is. I purposely picked one that was tiny and small and rough. But it is long enough to get this thing to take off and land at. But it's tucked away in a valley. And to take off, you got to turn up the valley. You can't keep going straight. So it's going to be fun on takeoff next week. I'm still having trouble believing it's been 20 weeks. The old Lake Road landing patch. It's down in the bottom of a valley. I'll say that much for it. But it was too neat. I was checking out the airports where to land, and there was a big city nearby. I was like, oh, I'll go to that one. I'm like, nah, I don't want it. I've been avoiding cities all the way. Most of the way. We've hit a couple, but once we get a little closer, I'm going to swing over into the valley and follow the valley in. I haven't even put this up today. But there is... Oh, come on. It's not even showing on here. But there's a valley that comes down like this, right into it. So at some point, if we get close enough, I'll pick that valley up and we'll go right into it. Still got a ways to go. Oh, we're ripping along at a good clip. Look at these mountains getting all raggedy, rough. The old flood, dry riverbeds. Oh, we're back in Chile for like a minute, minute and a half. The border's right there, like that thing. Dry riverbeds, if you've never lived in a desert, and you've ever traveled through like around Vegas and stuff, they don't build culverts under the road. They literally pave the road down inside the dry riverbed and then back up the other side. There's a reason for that. When these dry riverbeds that have been dry for sometimes 3, 4, 5 years flood all at once, they're usually a great big giant wall of debris at the front of them, because it picks up everything that's normal rivers just washes down one piece at a time. Where the dry riverbeds, it all comes down at once. So there's this giant, the best way to explain it's like a giant wall of shit coming right down, the debris coming right out of it. If you have a culvert, that'll dam up against it and take the road out, where if you just paved across the bottom of it, that whole wall of stuff just blows right through and out the other side. Then when it goes down, you drive back across the road, and the road's still there. So they literally build them in a way that prevents them from being washed out, but they're down in the bottom, so you can't cross them when it's flooding. But it prevents them from getting washed out. It also, they build the edges so that they don't get washed out. It's kind of neat technology that somebody said, well, every time we put in a culvert, it destroys the road, but if we just pave the road through the bottom of it and not use it for one day a year, and it's usually not even a day, it's usually only a few hours. That's a hell of a valley right there in front of you, Icarus. It looks like a lot of fun. Older old builders just use gravel. Sharp gravel that punctures tire walls. But yeah, if you've never lived in a desert, you're ever visiting Las Vegas and you go across one, you can't figure out why they did that. That's why. Bridges and culverts just get taken out, where the road will be fine. We'll be there the next day. And that's your history lesson for today, folks. Yeah, let me not do that again. Where are we? Zalada? I thought I was going to say Zelda for a second. Z-E-L-A-D-A, Zalada. I don't actually see the town. Oh, that's a mountain peak? It's a mountain peak. Okay. It's that one. Or that one. I don't know. One of these. Look at the green valley running down all this desert, and there's this beautiful green valley. We have Zelda at home, Salada. Oh, Jesus. That took me a minute. Oh, we're back in Chile. No, we're back in Argentina. We're back in Chile. We got one more stretch. We're going back into Argentina for a little while, and then we'll be out of it for good. I pre-flew the final flight. Not going to be quite as long as I thought. If we get up to 30,000 feet, where we get the full 330 out of the aircraft, the whole flight takes about the whole flight takes about 4 hours for the final flight, so it's not going to be quite 5. I'm still trying to get my head around 20 weeks. Plus I had a couple weeks off here to there, so holy shit, it's been a long time. I firmly intend to resurrect the around the world flight in the Long EZ. I just have yet to figure out a way to do it that doesn't tie me up for 12 to 14 hours a day flying it. I want to do it. I just don't want to have flights that are 12 to 14 hours a day, and that's what a lot of their flights were. I was thinking maybe I would do a takeoff, film the takeoff. Still not sure if I can do it. Film the takeoff, time lapse the middle, and then fly the last 2 hours of it. I don't know. I'm not sure if you can do that. Mix the recording with live. Must be able to. I can just show a screen. I'll have to play with it more, but that's my thought right now. That's the one thing that started this whole thing. Was first Bryce went off the air, so I had nobody to fly with. Yeah, you started that on your Hobart to Heathrow flight. Record and fast forward. Yeah, record it, fast forward it like a time lapse, and then fly the last 2 hours of the flight. Yeah, I would do a 12-hour flight in 2 hours. Do a 2-hour stream, but play the first part of it as a sped up time lapse. Do the takeoff real time, then do a time lapse, and then the landing. You know, jump in and fly the last 2 hours. But it still ties the computer up for a full 12 hours a day. Recording it, and it's going to be huge file sizes. Yeah, make it an opening video screen. Yeah, something like that. I'll figure it out at some point because I do want to continue that. As yet, figure out how. Maybe I'll slew and record the slewing so that way it doesn't tie the computer up for days on end. Yeah, that's what I mean. Have it play as a screen and be there live to chat over it and then jump into the plane and finish landing. And what's nice, if there's only one waypoint, everybody can spawn in on top of me and they'll pick up the final waypoint. Oh. I will look into that at a later date, but I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. I just got to figure out how to do the compress 12 hours into 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I'll figure it out at some point. Something, yeah, 32x in editing. Plus possibly just slowing it while I'm in recording it because I don't want to have to record a full 12 hours. That'd be huge file sizes to be dealing with. And too much room to go wrong if something goes wrong. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But I do like the idea of just having a recording of the takeoff and the compressed flight while we can chit and chat and then finish flying the last 2 hours. Alright, we coming up on that valley yet? Not mistaken, it's that one. Whoa, what the hell's going on? Whoa! It's moving absolutely the wrong direction. There it goes. Nope. What the hell? Yeah, I think if we drop down this valley right there. Come around at it? No. I want to go down that one. That'd be the long way around. How far out are we mileage-wise? Time to hand fly this thing? Oh, I got it down here. Yeah, we can hand fly this thing. Yeah, we'll drop down that one. Make it a little twisty route right up to it. We'll start hand flying when I get right there. Rip down this valley, and right up into the airport. That'll work. You can see the valley right there. We're getting bouncy again because of the winds in the mountains. We're low enough so it's going to get bounced around. Alrighty, let's see what we can do here. Get my booster seat out. Go right down there and around. This is why I don't make one of those, do those big jet flights, because I can't even make it through one of these flights without hand flying it down low. Just not in my blood. My autopilot's mad at me. Why are you mad at me? Oh, because it dropped too low. That's right. Hit a downdraft. Yeah. I think we're going to take off right down that valley. Right there, right now. Alright, autopilot. You're off. Yeah, I'm not an airliner kind of person. I get you. Hey, mother and fun. I use fighter jets too. I love fighter jets. Every once in a great while, I'll take the Longitude out for a spin. But that's, yeah, I know you like the Concorde, and I don't blame you. That is a beautiful beast. It's just not one I don't think I would ever use, personally. It's got a pretty hefty price tag for something I'm probably not going to use. So, yeah, more up to, like I said, the closest I come to flying a jetliner is the Longitude. As long as I don't hit 1,000 subs, I don't have to worry about flying one either. If I had 1,000, I screwed myself, because then I said that whole, if we get to 1,000, I'll fly the 747 in a full flight, pushing all the buttons. That was probably a bad idea. I didn't say how long the flight would be. You know that bug right there, that horizon line's been in there since day one of this thing. Drives me nuts. Oh no, I'm never going to have to. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, a long time between now and 1,000. Wait, is that a town? Yeah, it certainly is. Oh, I bet that's a hell of a waterfall when it rains. Coming down out of there. I'm going to fly right inside of a mountain. Yep. Is there a doctor on board? Almost needed it right there. Hey, Tim, how's it going? Turn left soon, guys. Left turn, Clyde. Actually, it was right turn, Clyde, wasn't it? He always sat in the passenger seat. Now just make sure you pick the right V on that valley up there. Two of them got to hit the right one. That's that one. It's this one, but you want the right hand of the two channels. Oh no, you don't want that second one. You want this one, but the right hand, stick to the right. No, you're in the right one, aren't you? I think. Looks like the right one. The hell do I know? I've only been here long enough to land here to see if it works. See if this runway was big enough to land and take off on. See if I can zoom the map in without smacking the side of a mountain. Well, that's not in. I see a plane went under me, so that's probably Icarus down there screaming below me. Yep. That wasn't too much of a surprise. Kelly's feeling better right down on the ground. It looks like Steve Riggs is gonna be up there beating us because he's going straight in. They got to stay to the right here somewhere. Yeah, these planes are way too big to be doing this. But it's so much fun. So much for the passengers. Luckily, we didn't serve a meal on this flight. I think you're on the wrong one. I think right where you're at right now, you got to go left. Yeah, you got it. That was too much fun. Look at that. The old man making us all look slow. At least there's not much wind down in here. I see Gammy stayed up high. Looks like Armageddon's coming into the airport. I think he found it. The wind's at our backs. Oof. It's kind of quartering out the side, so we should be able to come straight in. What master cautions? What the hell just blew up at me? Oh, oxygen mask. Seriously? I know that. Shut up. I know somehow my plane is all messed up. Come on, son, get out of my eyes. off my windshield. I think I see the runway. Oh man, probably better go around. That wind's coming right at the backs at 21 knots. Yeah, I'm going around, coming in the other direction. Not going to try to land with the tailwind. Not on something this short. Looks like Gammy's almost down. I gotta ask you, is that Gammy or Gamey? Like as in gaming or Gammy? So I don't get it wrong. Once you're down, give me a message. Which one is it? Jeez, is there enough room to even make this turn? Oh yeah, there's plenty of room. Let's stay airborne. Pull around, pull around, pull around. Okay, there we are. Gear down, flaps down. Oh, that is so handy. And having the lights right there, oh, I like that. The second one, Godwin. Ever curious? Come on, speed, bleed off. No, second one, Ga. And of course I still can't get the reverser working with the prop. Hot damn. Oh, I forgot. I got all those new switches and I still forgot to turn on my landing lights. At least I'll put my taxi lights on. Anybody still up there? Did we leave? Did we lose Steven? I'll sneak in here for a quick snapshot. Oh shit. Yeah, leave me to be the one that's out of place. There, let me turn around. Everybody lines up for a picture and here's me. Yeah, the switch panels are nice. Absolutely worth it. I got room to fit in here. No, it's going to make you disappear. Damn it. Going to make both of you disappear. Well, hell. Hold on. I'll push over even farther. Come on. I'll hitch over. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to turn that off. I've been meaning to. You got it? Are you hitching over or am I hitching over? I'm going to stay right here. I get my drone out. Yeah, okay. It's under traffic. I'll have to check it out. Because I saw it, but then I couldn't find it again. close enough. I'm just going to be the idiot and just be out of place. And my drone's not going to connect. Come on. Any second now. Whoa. Oh, one of them disappeared already. That's good enough. I'm not going to fight it. One of them's gone already. There, he's back real quick. All right. Good enough. Thanks, everybody, for flying along. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate it. Glad you can make it, Gammy. And Steve Riggs for flying along. Icarus, glad you're back. And David Armageddon, aka Armageddon, thanks for flying along, guys. Really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. Everybody else, Brett and Tim and everybody else that showed up. Who else showed up to watch? Yes, construction sim's gonna be fun. Hopefully I don't drop any more F-bombs. Cthulhu Head, Xenon. That it? That it? I think so. Oh, no. That's right. William Kelly popped by. Forget that. I think that's everybody today. All right. I appreciate y'all coming out. Thanks for flying along or just hanging out and chat and hanging out with us. All appreciate it. And until next time, look out for each other and take care of yourself. I'm out of here.